I am so excited for today's guest. He is a powerhouse both on the field and on the screen. Please welcome the multi-talented Vernon Davis.
Oh my God! Vernon!
Vernon Davis is kind of a big deal.
They used to call me the ageless wonder.
There you go, ageless wonder. So what made you say, you know what, I'm done?
My granddad passed away. I had a lot to think about. I didn't know what to do, so I just said I was going to retire. I knew I was more than the game of football, and I wanted a new challenge in my life.
Let's talk about the slew of reality shows that you have been on. Celebrity Family Feud, Dancing with the Stars, Name That Tune, The Challenge, Domino Masters, BattleBots, Arsenio Hall, Whose Line Is It Anyway, and Made in Hollywood. Dude, that is so many. Going from being a professional football player to then boot camp professional dance training, what would you say is harder? When it comes to reality TV, I've got Dibs on this. Welcome to Dibs on This, the podcast that dives into your favorite reality shows straight from the stars that lived them and the producer who helped film it. I'm your host, Michelle DeBellis. I am so excited for today's guest. He is a powerhouse both on the field and on the screen. He is a Super Bowl champion, a two-time Pro Bowler, and one of the best tight ends in NFL history. But he didn't stop there. He took his talents to Hollywood, starring in films and also blessing our TV screens on your favorite reality shows, not only as a contestant, but also as a judge. Please welcome the multi-talented Vernon Davis. What's up, Vernon?
Good to be here.
It is so good to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
An honor. Like I am sitting in the presence of NFL royalty. Like the greatest.
I
What's
appreciate
up?
that. Oh, that means so much.
Thank you for taking the time. I know you're only in LA for a short period of time, but I wanted to jump in first and ask you what you think about the space.
Oh, I love the space. Colorful is very I don't know, it's you.
It's very me, right?
Yeah, your personality, from what I know, it's perfect.
Thank you. I know.
Yeah.
I wanted the studio to feel like Hollywood, like backstage, clothing racks, lights, camera, action, fun, colorful stuff everywhere.
And it represents everything that you've done probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's couldn't be any better.
I love it. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it again. So for everybody listening, Vernon and I know each other from working on two shows together. We worked on Dancing with the Stars together and Domino Masters, which is so crazy. So Dancing with the Stars, let's jump into Dancing with the Stars because that's when you and I first met. So you did Dancing with the Stars in 2020.
Wow.
It was season 29 of the show. And it was the COVID season, which was crazy, right? What was it like being on Dancing with the Stars at that time for you?
I didn't know it any other way. I just knew that I was on Dancing with the Stars. It was one of the most iconic shows that you could possibly watch, any given moment. But during COVID, it was anything that you were a part of as far as production. I would find myself being just at the edge of my seat because if you got tested with a positive test, you would have had to go home, right? So that's what I was scared of. I was just hoping and praying that I didn't come up with a positive test.
Yeah, and we were getting tested every single day.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
That went on for years too, Vernon. 2 years after that, all of us, because we were all in such close distance, everything, we had to go to work every day, right? Wow. Every day we were getting tested. Do you remember that?
Yes.
That shit was crazy.
That was tough.
But it was keeping you on the edge of your seat, right?
It did, but it was still fun. I had so much fun meeting the rest of the cast, the crew, and just doing something that I've never done in my life.
So what made you want to do Dancing with the Stars? I read that you got a call years prior to do it. Was that true?
I did. I can't remember what year I was in as far as my career goes, but I do know that I was an honorary captain for the U.S. curling team. I was on my way to Sochi.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And I got a call, but I couldn't. And they said my agent was telling me I had to make a decision right away. And I couldn't do that.
No, yeah.
So I had to pass on Dancing with the Stars.
So then it came back around all those years later.
Right.
So in 2020, what made you join the show?
2020, I joined the show because I was done with football and I wanted a new challenge in my life. And I thought that dancing was something that could really challenge me. I've always wanted to know how to dance. Couldn't have picked a better time.
Nice. And it was like right after you retired,
It
right?
was
Like pretty quickly
pretty
after.
quickly. I retired in January of 2020. I walked away from the game.
Boom. And within the same year, later that year, you're on Dancing with the Stars.
Exactly.
Crazy. Well, that's
Mhm.
where we met. Peta was your dance partner, right?
Yep.
What was it like dancing with Peta? Such a
Oh,
seasoned professional.
Pizza. She was very inspiring. She really pushed me to be the best that I could possibly be, and I thought she did a wonderful job for someone who didn't know how to dance.
Right.
I was always the guy in the locker room who never really came up with a dance routine because I wasn't bashful, but I just didn't have the coordination. So for her to bring out everything that she brought out with me was, I have to applaud her for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And going from being a professional football player to
Mhm.
then boot camp professional dance training, what would you say is harder? I know it's a silly question. Maybe people ask you it all the time, but
Yeah. I thought that dancing was up there when it comes to like just having a huge challenge, something that could cause you to just like pack your bags and hang it all up. I felt like that a couple of times. I never felt like that in football.
that's
But
crazy, right?
yeah, yeah,
Like
it is.
dance is
It's
hard.
hard.
Dance is harder than football, is it not?
I would say that it is.
I will say this though, right? In fairness, and I'm speaking from like a producer standpoint, I'm always the fly on the wall in situations like this on Dancing with the Stars. I get to watch every celebrity, every professional athlete, every actor come in and throw themselves fully, immerse themselves fully into the situation of Dancing with the Stars.
Mm,
I think it's crazy how fast the show moves, right? Like,
yeah.
I think that's what's hard about Dancing with the
Mm,
Stars. In 6 days, you have to learn a routine and then there's a live show. And in six
yes.
days, you have to learn another routine and then there's a live show. I feel like that aspect of it might be super hard, right?
First of all, you have this something that's so foreign, and then you have to turn it around so fast. The pressure of that was probably the thing that really caused me to feel the way I did as far as hanging it up, walking
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
And it's crazy that you're like, I never had that feeling in football, but I had that in my 6 weeks of learning how to
Yeah.
professionally
Yeah.
dance.
It was crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, the physical aspect of dancing, like, don't you use so many different muscles than you do when you're playing football?
Yes, I couldn't even do a handstand. Before I came before I started dancing, I could not do a handstand, but after maybe 2 weeks, I could walk on my hands. The posture that I had to, constantly be in all the time with my arms up allowed me to like work muscles that I never really worked before.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
Wait, you learned how to do a handstand from Dancing with the Stars?
Yes,
Because of body control, yeah?
exactly.
Whoa.
Hmm.
I'm mind blown from that,
Yeah.
actually. What was the most unexpected
Mm.
thing that you maybe experienced on Dancing with the Stars, not realizing you were going to experience that?
Probably the turnaround time.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. I didn't know it was going to be that. I didn't think it was going to be as challenging as it was. I
Right.
knew it was going to be. I was going to have to go through some things, but I didn't know it was going to be to that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where
that
you just,
extent. Yeah.
yeah, I just didn't know.
Do you feel like your training for so many years, literally your whole life of being in the NFL and playing ball before that, kind of helped you for the pressure of it all? Because there is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I think the pressure, just being an athlete in general,
Right.
allowed me to just be resilient. Even though I was going through a struggle, I still had to hang tough, hang tight, and just stay in it and just trust the process.
Absolutely. I remember, because I remember working closely with you. I did a lot of interviews with you guys that
Hmm.
year. What was crazy about that year is I was just a voice. I know you got to see me like down the hall,
Hmm.
but because of the COVID restrictions,
Yeah.
I had to only speak through the microphone, remember? And
Yeah, I
my
remember.
voice would
Yeah.
like come into the studio.
The voice of God.
I was the voice of God for Vernon
I
Davis.
remember.
Who would have ever thought? But it was crazy because, like, right now, like what you and I are doing here
Hmm.
is usually how it is for me on shows. Like, I'm behind the
Mm.
camera, but you physically see me. So you can, like, play off my energy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And my
Yeah.
smiles and my expressions. And it was just like, what up, Vernon?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if you could tell I'm smiling right now, but how are you? It was crazy to like produce you that way, because
Mhm.
that season was so unique. But I remember you you really making a big impact on the show. You know, you
Mhm.
danced 6 weeks.
Mhm.
The audience loved you. You had such charm. The judges loved you.
Mhm.
After working with PETA and having that whole moment, the 6 week run, what was your proudest moment of Dancing with the Stars?
My proudest moment was being able to reflect back on day one up to the point where I was in that given moment. That could be week, whether it was week 3 or week 4, just looking back and just taking in the journey, knowing that
Yeah.
I put in the work to do something that I've never done before.
The mentality wise must have been so different for you because when you're on a team, you have all your teammates. You go out there, you hit the field, it's like
Hmm.
game time, let's go. We're all going to do the play. Dancing is just you and your partner. So did you feel more pressure because it was so little of you, you know? Like yes, you're out there with your
Hmm.
partner. You're not out there alone,
Hmm.
but so much is weighing on your performance, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So much is weighing on you. And it's just, and it's all eyes on you.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, when you're on the field, is they're watching everyone. You
Mhm.
don't know who's about to make the big play until they make it.
Mhm.
They're watching you every step of the way, and everything's so critical. Every step, every movement, just everything.
I don't know if you know this about me. I played lacrosse, Vernon, my whole life.
Really?
Lax or die, bro. That's
What?
what we used to say.
Lacrosse?
Yes, and
Wow.
I went to college on a scholarship.
Okay.
So I get that competitive nature.
Hmm.
And now as a producer to sit back and I have the privilege of watching you guys in the rehearsal space all day and seeing the process. Everybody goes through the process so differently, but I always can see what the athletes are going to because I
Hmm.
was an athlete, you know, like
Hmm.
I get it. I get what you're going through in the
Hmm.
moment. And I'm like, I think I'd kind of be similar in this
Yeah.
moment.
Oh.
This past season of Dancing with the Stars, we had a lot of athletes. We had a couple of athletes come straight off of the Olympics.
Hmm.
And then we also had Danny Amendola. He was awesome from the Pats. He was great.
Yep.
Yeah, made it to the finale, dressed
Ah.
up like Barbie and Ken with his partner. But
Ah.
I asked a lot of these questions throughout the season to him too. But I find it so fascinating when athletes come on because dance is a sport, you
Hmm.
know? You've been on a ton of different shows, Vernon, right? You have been on a ton of different reality shows.
Hmm.
Dancing with the Stars was just one of the few. But you and I also worked together on Domino Masters, which was a show on Fox. It only did one season, but you were a judge on Domino Masters.
Hmm.
So, how cool was that for you to go from being a football player to performing on Dancing with the Stars to then being a judge?
Yeah, being a judge was a totally different role that I had to take on. I thought it was incredible being able to stand there and just first learn like what it was that I was looking for out of the builds,
Right.
right? And my judge, they brought me in for the creativity, the artistry
Yes.
of building these structures. I thought that was a pretty cool task for me because I've never done anything like it.
Hmm.
So anytime I have the opportunity to be able to break through and do something that people have never seen me do before,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome to be
Yeah.
known for something other than football.
So, Domino Masters, for everybody listening, was a show about teams building huge structures out of dominoes. And then it was a chain reaction on how they were going to fall. So, it was very, very, very creative. These
Mhm.
kids were so smart, so creative, and they came up with art, true art. And I love that they asked you to be a part of this because we had to have all different types of judges. So,
Mhm.
we had a Domino Master judge.
Mhm.
And then we had you that came in that really helped with the creativity and helped guide the teams and ask them about their storyline and their
Mhm.
visions and what sense it made of it.
Right.
People might not know this about you, Vernon, but you're very much an artist, right?
I am.
Yeah. What do
Yeah.
you're a painter, right? What
Yeah.
else do you do in the art forms?
Yeah, art. As far as art, I feel like so for me, I started out. I went to school for fine arts, and I discovered that I was interested. I had a love for the world of acting,
Yes.
producing, and directing and writing. So since then, I've been pursuing those things. It's been pretty cool to be able to start from the beginning and find this place where I'm at now in my life where I really enjoy like learning the technique and the craft of just being an actor.
Yeah. Where does this artistic side come from? Have you always had that or
Mm,
did it come about first in your life or was it football first? What was that for
yeah,
you?
football was always first.
Football was
But when I
first.
reflect back to when I was a kid, my grandmother used to always take me to the convenience store,
Mhm.
and I would buy fabric paint, and I would draw these cartoon characters on my jeans.
What? That's so
Yeah, I
cool.
had this fascination with cartoon characters,
I
drawing the
love that.
cartoon characters on my jeans. It was crazy.
That's
Then I
awesome.
started buying jean jackets and hoodies, but I stopped after a while.
Yeah.
I just stopped. I don't know why, because I guess because I was focusing more on football.
Yeah. It's time consuming when you get jumped into a sport. It takes
Mhm.
over your whole life. So, Vernon, what drew you to wanting to be a judge on Domino Masters?
The thing that drew me to being a judge on Domino Masters because of what they brought me in for, and based on my background, just the athleticism, the artistry of the bills, the color combinations, and those different things having correlation with the theme,
Right.
right? So it just all made sense for me to come in and be able to critique these different contestants based on my knowledge and my wisdom of of what was actually happening in front of us.
Yeah, it was cool. Like, I feel like you brought so much to being a judge on that show because you helped them when it came to the creativity side,
Mhm,
the color coordinations, the themes, just like you said.
mhm,
But there was so much athleticism that went into that show that
mhm.
people may not realize. Those kids on the teams had to build for 24 hours straight. Do you remember
Mhm.
that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, not only that, like you go back to athleticism, you have to be able to bend and to hold different positions to get under these bills. Every once in a while, you will have someone like have a accidental topple,
Yep.
and you don't want that. But
No.
because now you have to, because we're pressing on time here,
Yeah.
so you have to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to be able to reach over and to not get that have that accidental topple, because that can
Yeah.
cost you. That can cost you points. That can cost you your entire
The entire thing.
yeah
Because it
your
was
the
all based on
competition.
time.
Yeah, it's
Then you have to go back
it's
and rebuild
awful.
it.
It's awful.
Yeah, it was crazy, but there really was a big level of athleticism to it that people might not realize because of that. They had to be
Hmm.
so gentle and all the different crazy positions they had to get
Fluent
into.
and
Yeah, the fluidity and
core.
core 100%. And that was great. That I thought that was so cool that like they brought you in to be a judge on the show because it wasn't just like one faceted judge. Like you were
Mm,
helping with so many different things.
right.
Fun fact for
Hmm.
anybody who is listening, my husband helps me produce this podcast. I
Hmm.
often give him a little like shouts. He's in the other room listening to
Yeah.
our mics and watching the monitors. Patrick was your producer. My husband Patrick was your producer on Domino Masters, and he was in your ear, right?
Yeah.
You had a little earpiece, and
Yep.
he helped you through, the moments when you had to talk to all the different teams and give
Hmm.
advice and stuff. What was it like? Just give my husband a little shout. What was it like having that experience? Was that the first time you had an earbud with someone talking to you?
I think that was the first time I had an earbud with someone feeding me information. It was very helpful. It took some getting used to, but it was like I relied on that because that was like my source for when I couldn't find the words that I needed to find.
Yeah.
And Patrick, he was so knowledgeable. He knew everything. I
That's
did. I relied on him. I knew that I was going to. I can go into every critique, knowing that I was going to get the right information that I needed to be able to share back, report back to them.
Yeah, he had your back, even though he was in your ear.
Yeah,
He had your ear.
exactly. Had my ear.
I love that. What did you told him he reminded you of something when we were working?
Oh, Sean McVay.
Sean McVay.
Yeah, his whole energy, his aura, like everything was like Sean McVay. I had the opportunity to be coached by Sean McVay. He's my offensive coordinator when I was with the Washington Commanders.
Amazing. When I tell you that was the best compliment my husband has ever received, he still talks about it to this day. Vernon Davis called me Sean McVay. I'm like, okay, I get it. But it's true. You guys were such a good team. So for everybody listening, this show was wild. These kids would build for 24 hours straight. God forbid one thing fell or got knocked over at a place. It all toppled and they had to start over. So the competition was so intense. Like anybody walking by, any step of a foot, they would stress out because shaking or wind blowing. Do you remember the day that a bird got into the studio?
Oh yeah.
A freaking bird
Ugh.
flew in somehow, some way
Oh,
through
my
some
God.
door and was flying around in the rafters, and all the contestants were losing their minds. You remember that? They were like, what if we leave to go to lunch and we come back and the bird landed? And we were all like fair, like very fair. And someone had to stay in and make sure the bird didn't land on anything.
Wow.
It was crazy.
That
Do you
was
remember
crazy.
that? Definitely interesting show. You were a judge alongside Danica McKellar and Steve Price, right? What was the dynamic like between you three judges?
We were all from different worlds.
Mm-hmm.
So that made it super interesting. Here I am with sports. Danica, they brought her in to be the mathematician.
Yep.
And Steve was
the Domino Master.
Yeah, he's a domino man. That was his space. So you put all of us together, it makes it's super dynamic.
Yeah.
So I thought it was pretty cool.
It was really cool. How did you approach giving feedback alongside those two?
For me, I just stuck to what I was brought in to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stayed in my lane. I couldn't speak for them because I didn't know that wasn't my field. But I brought my element to it, so it was super cool to be able to combine all of it.
Overall, looking back on Domino Masters, from your perspective, what do you think made that show stand out?
I thought it was phenomenal. It was one of the. It was. I felt like everyone wanted to see it, and when it did come out, when people saw it, everywhere I went, people kept asking, "Yo, when's the show coming back? When's the next episode?"
I know. I thought everyone was talking about it a lot too.
Yeah, I mean, it got a lot of attention.
It did.
And I thought it was a phenomenal idea.
Yeah, me too. It was very unique. That's what I liked about it.
But you never know. You never know. You try something that's never been done, it either works or it doesn't.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, now that we've talked about the two shows that you and I have worked on together, we got Dancing with the Stars, we did Domino Masters. Let's just talk about the slew of other reality shows that you have been on. Because this podcast is all about reality TV. And you've been on so many, Vernon. I just want to read this out to everybody who's listening, okay? So as a contestant, Vernon has been on Celebrity Family Feud, Dancing with the Stars, Name That Tune, Celebrity Edition, The Challenge, okay? Then as a host or moderator, you did 2 challenge reunions, which was crazy. And then as a judge, we just spoke about, you were on Domino Masters, also Battle Bots. You did some guest appearances on like comedy shows. You were on Arsenio Hall, right?
Yep.
Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
And Made It in Hollywood, where you were promoting all your acting work.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that is so many. Let me run this down. How many is this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
10?
9,
11,
10, 11.
Yeah.
You hosted the Challenge Total Madness reunion and Double Agents reunion. So many people are such big fans of the Challenge. So I really want to talk about the Challenge. Jumping into that moderator kind of host role for that, was that crazy? Because there's always so much drama on the Challenge. What was that like?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. I just felt like I walked into fire because first time I did it was during COVID. Right. So that was interesting. But when I did it in studio, I had people to my right, people to my left, and someone in my ear.
Yes.
And then I had to watch the screen. So it was so much going on all at one time. And then I had to find a way to communicate with the contestants because if I said anything that may have rubbed them wrong, then they
get all fired up again.
They get aggressive with me. So I had to make sure I kept that in mind as well.
Yeah.
So it was a lot going on at one time.
That's a lot.
It was a lot.
That is like, I feel like the pinnacle of Hollywood because you got all the elements. You got people right in front of you reacting, the voice in the ear. You need to know the cameras. You need to have your questions. Like, that's a lot of responsibility.
Oh, yeah. It was like being in the middle of New York City.
Why?
And you had to control all the people around you. That's what it felt like.
The chaos on the streets.
Chaos.
People
Madness.
Crossing, beeping the horns, hot dogs on the corner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Birds flying over your head. You got to watch out.
You're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, what the hell?
Things are coming from every angle. When you were hosting that, dealing with all the craziness of the contestants and seeing all the dynamics, did it change your view of the show or did it make you realize how like serious the show is?
Yeah, it made me realize how serious it was. I mean, you have people turning their back and people despising each other. It's a lot going on. Friendships that were formed and now takes a turn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like I feel bad and then I feel like, wow, how can they do this to each other? It's just like, but it also made me see how fame and notoriety can do. Like it's like real life stuff. Fame, notoriety, money.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Cause you to become someone you're not expected to be.
I know. I always find it fascinating. My sister is a huge fan of the challenge, and there are some contestants that have been on it from literally season 1, and they go back to like Real World, Road Rules, like they're like OG reality stars, and you're like, wow, this is your whole life. And I mean no disrespect by that. Good for them. But like just such a competitive thing to do all the
Wow.
time, you know? Like it's one thing to be a reality star and be on a show that you're not competing for money. I'm sure it's a lot less stressful. These guys, I feel like they go through so much stress because it's like, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win.
Yeah.
Competition, competition, competition.
Oh, yeah.
Did that like really open up your eyes to like, oh, damn, like this is what it takes to be a host?
It did. Yeah. This is what it takes. But now that I have the information, I have the experience, I feel like I would love to go back on that show and I could be able to control it a lot better than I did. Some may say I did a great job. I think I did a great job.
Yeah. You did do a great job. I
But
watched those reunions.
where I'm at now, I feel like I would do even better.
Yeah.
So I would love to someday be able to take a shot at it again.
Because you're always learning, Vernon.
Yeah. Oh, learning with Vernon. I like that.
Oh
Okay,
my
I see you.
I want 10%.
Businesswoman.
Learning with Vernon. That actually does sound really good.
Yeah.
But I didn't even mean like I meant it like genuinely. Like I say that all the time on set as a producer. When I help people through their highs and their lows, whether it's a dating show, a dancing show, a cooking show, a singing show. I'm like, you gotta learn, right? If you make it past that week and you go to the next week, learn from that last performance. What went wrong? What went right? Right? And then take it on with you in the real world.
That's what I feel like.
So let's pivot a little bit. So you have all this experience in TV. After having a lot of experience on these reality shows, you've also always tried the acting world, right? You love acting. You have a huge passion for acting, right?
I do. Yeah.
So
I love
I looked up that you've been in over 20 movies. Is this true?
Yes, that sounds about right.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
You've been in over 20 movies. Like,
In the
go
last
you.
5 years, yeah.
That is crazy. Good for you.
Yeah.
What do you think your biggest role was out of all your movies?
I think my biggest role would probably be the one I did with Destry Spielberg. It's called Please Don't Feed the Children. That should be out sometime this year in 2025.
Oh, it's coming out soon.
Yeah, coming out soon. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what was it about acting? 'Cause I remember when you were on Dancing with the Stars, you and I even spoke about this, how you had such a passion with acting and you were like, after I do the show, I'm really hoping to nail some roles. Like, what is it about acting that you love?
The thing I love about it is being able to create something. You take a name on paper, you read it, you look at all the things that they're saying about the character, and those are your clues right there, right? But then you create a backstory, and then you bring this character to life off of paper. It can sometimes be challenging, but doing that and giving this character, breathing life into this character is like a special thing. It takes a special skill to be able to do something like that. So I love that.
I love that too, especially coming from a professional athlete. Like, take me back. Like, let's go back. Like, when you were playing football, was there ever a time where you were like, I want to do more than this? And this is no shade to football.
Maybe halfway through my career, I looked myself in the mirror and I was like, hey, a lot of ball players don't utilize their time wisely. We could be evolving, but sometimes we wasting our time by going to the clubs and flying places for leisure.
Yeah.
Like, why do that when you can elevate yourself?
Yeah.
So that's when I started to like become more of a businessman, taking classes at the Shelton Theater of Art and just growing as a person.
Do you feel like acting has allowed you to grow a lot more?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think it allowed me to be able to release myself into this world, create more creatively, and I find myself pivoting and going into different directions, which is pretty cool, which is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
As a human being. So it's been awesome to just see the growth.
Yeah, I find it so cool because it's like Super Bowl champ, Pro Bowl, like the longevity of your career was amazing. And now you stop and then you're like, hey, I want to pursue a whole nother career.
Yeah.
I love that because some people just kick back and they retire,
Yeah, and I want to be a comedian too at some point.
That's amazing.
I love making people laugh.
Have you done any stand-up?
Yeah, I did. I tried stand-up.
Yeah?
At the Laugh Factory.
How did it go?
It went really well.
Yeah.
It went okay for my first time. I mean,
it's a different feeling doing stand-up because it's live in the moment, off the cuff, than memorizing lines.
But now I'm at a point right now because I've been doing my own pranks and I come up with like these different jokes and people laugh at them. So I think I'd be much I'd be more comfortable walking on stage. Yeah, I feel like I can make people laugh.
Wait,
More.
you do your own pranks? Like what? What do you mean? Like you punk
Pranks.
people?
I have like these little, skits that I come up with, and they're just super, like, just hilarious. People laugh at them.
Like, are you punking people like Ashton Kutcher used to do?
Yeah, sometimes I do. I was going around. It started off with like this roach, this huge roach.
No, Vernon, I would fucking kill you. I hate roaches.
I know, I would take it everywhere. One time I was sitting at a game and I put it on my buddy's jeans. And I was like, hey, man. I was like, what you doing? And he looked at me and like, what you mean? I said, what's in that cup? I said, and then I looked down. I said, oh, never mind. Don't worry about it. I said, what's that on your pants? He looked. He said, oh, gee. He didn't swat the bug or anything. He just lifted his hands up and did like, oh.
I would have caused I would have spilled my drink all over me.
People laugh at that stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would laugh in the end, but I would scream bloody murder in the beginning.
Oh, it gets even worse. One time I was sitting at a bar and my buddy was drinking some wine.
Yeah.
And he turned his head and I dropped it in his glass.
Shut the fuck up.
And I was just waiting for him to pick it up. He picked it up. He looked. He stopped. He said, bro, look at the whole glass.
Oh my God.
He said, look at the whole glass.
The whole thing.
Am I seeing what you're seeing? It was so funny.
You little prankster.
Yeah, it started off with that.
You started off with that just to get a rise out of people?
Yeah, and now I, pride myself on making people laugh.
Okay, so that's fun. So you want to dabble in comedy as well.
I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. I think so.
That's cool. So when it comes to acting though, like what about acting really like pulls you in?
I love taking real life situations and attaching it to the different scenes. Like, I mean, acting is step by step. Like people don't understand how specific you have to be on these lines. I mean, you have to make it super specific, your intent. I do use this technique called as if.
What's that? I don't know what that is.
Well, as if it could be like if I have a word like based on my emotional statement. It could be like as if I was standing in front of my daughter and she was telling me, no, she's not going to do her homework. And so I would go back to I would talk to my daughter as if I was talking to her about doing her homework. She's telling me no. I was like, no, do your homework. Go to your room and do your homework.
So you pull from like real life experiences.
Yeah, then I go back and I attach it to this line. That's like one of the steps, but I'll go back and attach it to the line. But after you do all this work, you're so loaded with like information from an emotional standpoint. So it just lives within you. You know what I mean? You just say the lines normally, from an emotional standpoint.
Yeah.
It's all inner.
Do you feel acting and learning these lines, do you ever feel kind of heavy from any of the characters? Or have any of the characters that you've had to play had dark backgrounds?
Oh, yeah,
does that
absolutely.
kind of like linger in your everyday life?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I find that so fascinating with acting.
Yeah. I did in my mind, so one thing is like, when you do it so much and you do it so often, it's like, it becomes like, it's a muscle. It becomes second nature. So you know how they say taking an imaginary circumstance and living truthfully through it? When you do it all the time, you can't help but to be in the moment and live truthfully, especially when you're attaching your like real life situation. So I had a situation when I was a kid. My buddies that I grew up with were selling my mom drugs. So when I was playing this serial killer in this movie, I was thinking all the people that I was killing was, whenever I had a scene, moment to moment, I would think that I'm killing these people that killed my mom, especially after she passed away. So I was repaying my mom by taking these lives of these people.
So
so you see how deep and dark that is?
It's so deep. So you took from real life experience.
Yeah, so it gives me something to go after.
And you're thinking about the people that hurt your mom in the past.
Right.
That led her down that road.
But that's the direction I was going when I was doing it.
It's all role depending, obviously. Yeah. That's a dark role. Like that was a dark role. So of course you had to think about that. But I think that's so cool when I talk to actors and I hear where they get their inspirations from and how they act out in a scene that is completely opposite from who they are in real life.
Yeah,
you know?
You have to go deep. I mean, activities can be like, one of the activities can be like seeing your daughter in a casket, describing
and
what
you're
clothes.
Like, oh my God.
At first I was.
Yeah.
But now, once you can accept the things that you have to do, then you can do it.
Yeah.
You can act it. You know what I mean?
Of course.
You got to be able to accept the simple fact that you're describing what your daughter has on this casket.
Yeah.
Right? It's cool. I think it's cool. I think it's healing for me.
Yeah, why? Why is it healing? I love that.
It's healing because, if you think about us as human beings, we have so much trauma in our lives. And a lot of times we don't see therapists, we don't talk about it, we don't get it out. So if I'm able to like create these situations and use like real life situations that I've gone through that that are super traumatic, then I have a chance of like, it's like me talking about it. It's like me dealing with it. I'm addressing it.
Yeah.
So it kind of, it relieves me of my anxiety in a sense.
Yeah. You are like giving all the real actor vibes right now, Vernon
I'm
Davis.
sorry. I just,
Don't be sorry. I love
apologize.
it.
The cool thing is like when people actually see me, and but everyone thinks of me as a football player. So
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't know that I'm pursuing this, but when they when they actually see something I've done, they were like I was at this film festival called Indie Night Film Festival, and Jamie Foxx manager Dave Brown, he was there. It's his film festival. He texted me in the theater. I was sitting there. He was like, "Bro, I'm gonna be the first to tell you if no one has. You got a career, bro." Yeah,
In acting.
Yeah, he saw a film that I produced and acted in called The Masquerade. I played this illusionist,
Okay, amazing.
and he saw like the work, and he was like, "Wow, this is cool."
So I know you're in this next chapter of your life where it's
Mhm.
acting mode, and you got a movie coming out this year, which is fucking amazing, and I can't wait to see it and go, oh my God, that's Vernon.
Oh my God, Vernon!
This is what you think of me, Vernon. This is what Vernon
No,
thinks
that's
of
what you're
me.
gonna say when you looking at you talking to Patrick. You're gonna be like, Patrick, oh my gosh, this is Vernon.
That's our boy. But no, you have something massive happening this year to take it back to the football chapters, to go back there. You're being inducted in the Hall of Fame this year, are you not?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, casual.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was up for it year one, but I didn't get in.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I get in the years to come. So
Yeah.
we'll see. That'll be pretty cool. That'll
How does
really
that work?
be-
So do you know, is that like a definite thing? Like, do you know definitely, like, yes, this is happening this year?
No, you never really know.
You never know.
You don't know. You don't know. It's like, I guess it's one of those things that becomes like a surprise element.
Yeah.
From what I saw, they knock on your door. Maybe invite you.
They like
So
spring
now
it
they
on
invite
you.
you to a hotel, and if they knock on your door, you're in or something like that. Or maybe they come to your house. I don't know
Yeah.
how they do it. It's different every year.
Oh, cool.
So you just never really know.
You
But
don't know, no, but it's like supposedly it's going to be this year for you?
right. Once you're in the portal,
Yeah.
Hall of Fame, and then it's you either get picked or you don't, or you get picked years to come. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, but either way, the acknowledgement is pretty cool. Tells me that I did my job at the highest level.
I feel
Yeah.
like that will also be like such like a celebratory moment, like button to that chapter, right?
Oh,
like
yeah,
end to that beautiful story. I got
Yeah.
the highest award you can possibly get. I'm in the Hall of fucking
That'd be
Fame.
great. That'd be phenomenal. Once it actually happens, it'll hit me.
It's like a
it's
little
one of those
shocking
things,
right
like,
now.
It's like if it happens, then it'll hit me. Be like, wow. I guess it's one of those things where you think back when you were a kid, and all you could do is just think, dream, and hope that one day you'll be standing there with that yellow gold jacket on, or yellow jacket, however they say it. I can't remember, but that's quite the accomplishment to go from a little boy all the way up to the Hall of Fame. I mean, that takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of hours. Like it's a lot.
So many lessons you have learned, Vernon. Learning with Vernon.
Learning with Vernon.
No, but seriously, like in your legacy of football and now in TV and in movies, what lessons have you learned that you hope to pass on to your kids, or have you already taught your kids?
Yeah, I share with them just the things that they need to have. I think the things that will help them prevail in life. Like telling them like business is very important. So it's great to learn business. I talk to my son all the time about trading stocks and real estate. Share with them some of the things that I learned in the past that helped me get to where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
right? And some of the things that I'm still learning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Familiarizing myself. A wise man once told me, said a CEO knows a little bit about everything. So long as I understand a little bit about everything, I think I'm pretty good.
Love that. Are your kids showing any interest in football? Are they showing any interest in acting? Any of your interests? Do they
Yeah,
share
my
that?
son Gianni is being recruited by Division I schools right now.
Nice.
Yeah, so we've been taking like school visits.
Yeah.
He's coming up for some official visits pretty soon.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How exciting is that for you?
That's exciting. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to see my son, have some success like that.
Did you get to like teach him a thing or two, or was it just like naturally in
I
his
never
blood?
taught him anything. I just wanted him to learn for himself.
But it's like got to be in the blood.
Yeah, I think it's in the blood.
He didn't necessarily have to learn from you, but he
No,
got
no,
it.
no, he got it. Yeah.
He got that thing. So really quick, I just want to hit a few things in the football world.
Mhm.
Some of your most iconic stats.
Mhm.
Because I know a lot of people who listen to this podcast might just know you from TV and movies. But
Okay.
when it comes to football, Vernon Davis is kind of a big deal. Like, did you know, Vernon?
Wow.
So you were on the San Francisco 49ers from 2006 to 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Drafted 6th overall
Mm-hmm.
in 2006.
Yep.
You became the standout tight end, and you made the infamous game-winning catch against the New Orleans Saints called the what? Catch three, baby. What the hell was that like for you? Like having that big of a moment.
Yeah.
What did that feel like?
That was beautiful. I just thought back when I was a kid. I was sitting on the bench on this playground, and I was just sitting there having a moment. I was eating my turkey sandwich, and I was looking at the boys on the court play basketball, and I was just imagining myself hitting a game-winning shot on a huge level.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought back to that day,
Yeah.
and all I could do is let go tears of joy.
Of course.
We had seconds on the clock, seconds.
It was crazy.
And they called my number and my name because they knew, they trusted that I was going to come through for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I did.
Mm-hmm.
All I remember is pushing up 10 to 12 yards, put my left foot down, and crossing this defender's face. And I caught the ball. It was right on me, Alex Smith. And the commentators, I remember them saying it after the game. Vernon Davis with the catch of his life.
Catch three, baby.
I remember it was just the emotions were running high.
Yeah.
It was a great day.
Well, you will never forget that moment.
I'll
will
never
you?
forget that moment. That moment will forever live in my heart.
I'm saying, so when I ask you what are some of your biggest accomplishments, that's gotta be one of
That's
them.
the one right there.
Come on, right?
That's the one, the catch three, yeah.
That's the one.
That's the one.
That is crazy. I mean, I know it's an incredible feeling to win a Super Bowl, which you obviously did with the Broncos, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that catch three had to just be.
It was because the stakes were super high. It was our first time in the playoffs, and we needed to advance to go to the NFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
And that touchdown sealed the deal. Out of all the plays that were made in that game, that was the catch that everybody remembered.
I love that. What an epic, epic moment for you. I think
Yeah.
that's what's so much fun about sports too, is that you never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen.
Mm-mm.
We don't know the ending score. We don't know the plays that are going to work. We don't know the plays that are going to fail.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a mystery going into that.
It's a mystery.
And that's the same thing with like being a part of reality television or competition television. You don't know how the ending's going to be.
Exactly.
You don't. There's no script, but there is a script in the movies.
Like Forrest Gump used to say, "Life
Life is like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you go
You
get."
never know what you're going to get. You know, you had that big moment in football, obviously. You won the Super Bowl, epic, right? But you won the Super Bowl with a team that you weren't on for many years, right? Like the 49ers is
so
like.
we made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then in Denver, I won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winning with a team that you weren't on for as long as, you know, the 49ers, did it feel different or just it's like, come on?
Yeah, it felt different. It felt different because I wanted to win with the
The
49ers because they brought me in there to help them make it to that big game, which is the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And we didn't get it. But so it felt a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
But look, I understand the nature of the business, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you get it as long as you get it. That's what my coach used to say.
Yeah. It's like no one's going to complain about winning the damn Super Bowl.
Exactly.
But in your heart, you kind of wanted it a little
Exactly.
more with the Niners.
That's right.
And then you played on the Commanders, right?
I did.
Nice.
For 4 years.
How was your time
It
on
was
the
it was amazing. It was amazing going back and playing in front of family and friends and playing for the team that I grew up rooting for.
Nice.
Like that was special being back there. I know playing with the 49ers, going to Super Bowl and having some great years and winning the Super Bowl with Denver, but going back home was equal to all those moments.
Yeah.
It was.
You had an amazing run in the NFL, dude.
I appreciate that.
Amazing.
Thank you.
And you left the NFL when you were still killing it. Like you were still doing a great job. Like sometimes people leave the NFL and it's like, okay, yeah, like he's washed up. No shade, but it's how professional sports is, right? A lot of guys retire in any sport when it's like, okay, it's time to retire. It's like the end of the road, right? You kind of you've done it all, getting a little bit older, but like not you. You were like still so amazing.
They used to call me the ageless wonder.
There you go, ageless wonder. So what made you say, you know what? I'm done.
My granddad passed away, and I had a lot to think about.
Yeah.
That was the first time I really had someone leave Earth that I was super close to.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know what to do. So I just said I was going to retire. And the great thing is that I was passionate about filmmaking. So I already had a script. I knew I was going to make a movie. I said, I'm just going to go into this next thing, even though it was a tough decision for me. But I knew I was more than the game of football.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to take a leap of faith.
Yeah.
And go from there. And that's what I did.
A literal leap of faith. I love that.
Yep.
And then that's what pivoted you into acting in the movies.
That's right.
And Hollywood, baby.
That's right.
I love that.
That's right.
I remember working on Dancing with the Stars with you and you dedicating one of your dances to your grandfather. It was a huge dance. It was super emotional.
Mm-hmm.
How much did that mean to you to have another platform here now to dedicate something to the man that meant so much to you?
It meant a lot. I feel like a lot of things that I do in life, I always give back. And being able to dedicate something, a part of my life, to someone who I looked up to, someone who paved the way for me and gave me an opportunity to be who I am. That's always a special moment. And it's something that can be really impactful and inspiring to a lot of people. So, I love those kind of moments.
Yeah. And I remember, you retired from football and then you're on Dancing with the Stars like 6 months later.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy for me because, as I said, I felt like you still could have played for many more years because you were killing it. And then here you are on the stage dedicating something to the man that, ultimately made you the decision for you to leave football. And now here you are in the performance aspect of the industry in the spotlight dancing. And you got to dedicate something to your grandpa. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
I love that, Vernon.
Yeah,
thank you for being here. This is so much fun. We've come to the end of the podcast. So we're going to have some fun now. I'm going to play a little game of this or that.
Okay.
But before we do that, I would like for you to pick a piece of clothing off one of the racks and put it on. I'll let you know which ones will fit you because you're not my size, but a lot of them are oversized.
I got one right here.
I'm obsessed. Okay, Vernon, please tell everybody, describe the piece of clothing that you chose off the rack and why did you choose it?
For me, I like colors and I'm an artist. So when I see these types of colors, I think of a palette and I think of a canvas and just like, it just represents me, this colorful jacket.
Yes.
It's vibey.
Super vibey. It's every neon color. It's pink, orange, yellow, green, blue. It's giving like Saved by the Bell, very like 90s, right? 80s and 90s. I chose this because this is my high school cheerleading jacket that I used to wear at football games when I used to cheer for the football players. And it says M Dibs, baby, look. She was always Dibs. Okay, Vernon, so we're going to play a little bit of this or that.
Okay.
You tell me which one you like better.
Okay.
And why. Dressed by a stylist or freestyle?
Dressed by a stylist because I feel like really good about when I wear something new, something fresh, that's like the surprise element.
I love that.
Of it.
Yeah. And like high end.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll put you in something that you wouldn't have put yourself in, right? Love a stylist. Love that. Flashy or understated?
Understated because I don't like to be too over the top. I feel like you can still be flashy and understated at the same time. Mm-hmm. When it's flashy, quiet flashy.
I get that. Like you can still, like you can be subtle, but you could still be
pop. Yeah,
exactly. Cook at home or fine dining out?
I'm gonna say fine dining out.
Bougie. East Coast hustle or West Coast chill?
I'm gonna say West Coast chill.
Ooh, I love
West
that.
Coast chill is nothing like, when I think of West Coast chill, I think about those old schools, laid back, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre,
Yes.
And from being out in the Bay Area, I took a liking to like that kind of just chill.
California dreaming.
Exactly.
Netflix binge or going in with a gym session?
Oh, going in for a gym session.
Of course,
it's
you're
nothing
Vernon
like
Davis.
keeping those flat abs and
he's Vernon Davis.
Have that stamina you need to run on a
He's
daily
in
basis.
the gym.
That's right.
Football fans cheering or standing ovation in the ballroom?
Standing ovation in the ballroom.
Ooh, I love that. Why?
Oh yeah, because I mean, like, dancing is like a way to express yourself.
It feels.
And I love expressing myself.
It just feels more when the people are standing for the dance.
Exactly.
I love that. Red carpet or game day tunnel?
Oh, come on. I'm going to say that game day tunnel.
So special.
Game day tunnels. Nothing like running out of that tunnel with tons of fans screaming your name and the bobbleheads, the blow up bobbleheads they have. It's just,
And it's like that moment.
the smoke, the fireworks, it's just incredible.
Host a show or compete on a show?
I'm gonna say host a show.
Love it. Reality TV or movie role?
Ooh, I love reality TV, but I'm gonna have to go with the movie role because I love acting.
That's where the passion is, baby. Emmy Award or Super Bowl ring?
I'm gonna. Oh, come on!
Or like Academy Award?
Since I already have the Super Bowl ring, I'm gonna say Emmy.
Emmy or an Academy Award.
Or Academy Award.
We're gonna go Academy
That's
Award.
Right.
Being tackled by Ray Lewis or roasted by Kevin Hart?
Oh, roasted by Kevin Hart. I'm not being tackled by Ray Lewis. Oh, that hurts. Ow.
We love Kevin Hart, our short king, our favorite short king. Live in the challenge house for a year or rehearse the quick step every day for a year.
Quick step every day for a year. I'm not living in no challenge house. No way.
I love that. Peter will be
better
proud.
at my quick step.
Peter will be proud.
That's right.
All right, Vernon, thank you so much for being here. That's it. Our game's over. It's been so special having you here. You're truly a fucking legend, and it's an honor to have you in my studio and on my podcast. So thank you so much, and it's been so much fun working with you and just staying friends with you through the years, and I wish you nothing but the best in your acting career. I know there's major, major things coming your way. Thank you so much for being here. All right, guys, you know what it is. When it comes to reality TV, I've got Dibs on this.